Welcome to the first page of your new SpyFu Recon report. This is the place where you will, first and foremost, melt your clients' faces off with your godlike ability to make them money. Those ranks and clicks you're gaining are now only starting blocks to the true value you provide, which is money in the bank. Recon Files calculates and highlights this $sign, finally showing your client that you are in fact a hell-bent money-making rock star. Let's get started. The report opens with your keyword portfolio broken out into groups based on how they rank. Your core keywords are in red, ranking in the top 5 spots. This is what you've been working towards, the section where you can tell your client, here is living proof of the success of our link building and optimization efforts. The blue section is your base group, ranking 21 and lower. When you see this growing, it shows that the new content you're writing has gotten you ranked on shiny new keywords. Present this saying, this is where we've created opportunity for growth. Even though we might not be at number 1 position yet, with more content creation and optimization, we'll get there. Keep in mind that the data shown here is rock solid and auditable in SpyFu's prodigious cache. In addition to hard data, Recon Files also explains the story of what you did well and where your campaign is succeeding. This is a staple component through every part of SpyFu's Recon Files. Oh, what's this? That's right, it's awesome. More specifically, this is a graph that shows the number of pages you've ranked on organically and how they've evolved over the last 14 months. If it goes up, you can tell your client, see those 50 pages we wrote for you last month? Here are 46 of them that we are now ranked on. Epic. If it's going down, use it for strategy. Have a conversation with your client about optimization or aging content. In either case, this is direct, measurable evidence of what you're doing. You love your ranks, we know you do. If you could take them out to dinner and afterwards have them feel you up in the backseat of a Winnebago, you would. But to a customer, ranks are only foreplay to clicks. Given, only you and your Google Analytics data know the exact amount of clicks you're earning each month. SpyFu analyses its own information to create a historical chart showing what organic clicks you should be earning each month on Google. When this is put side by side with your own data, you'll gain a better understanding of the differential and be able to present an accurate and compelling perspective at where the domain is succeeding and how it can be improved. Clients enjoy watching ranks and clicks like they enjoy watching monster trucks transform into dinosaurs and mash unsuspecting Volkswagens. Yes, fun to look at, but how much tangible value does the spectacle provide? This chart, however, finally shows the bottom line. It will get your clients to think of SEO in terms of dollars, in terms of tangible, sweaty cheddar in their pocket. These numbers are generated from the estimated clicks in your last graph with a price tag attached to each one. Present it as how much it would have cost to buy these clicks in Google AdWords instead of taking advantage of these immaculate rock star superpowers of SEO, or however you feel like phrasing it. Again, these are estimated numbers, but even if you were to take a fraction of this amount, it would still show your client your essential value. This is where you finally stand on a level playing field with PPC. And that is only the first page. Have you ever wished you could show your clients in a clear and concise way how much essential value you bring to their bottom line? Well, bam, here it is. Let's learn how to use the most value-driven section of Recon Files, including the overall most important statement on the entire report. This adventure begins now. This first section shows your biggest gaining keywords and how you're moving them up in ranks. It begins with the most crystal clear explanation possible. So now when a client asks what you've accomplished for them, you can say, well, You moved up in ranks on 16,000 keywords last month. All those gains added up to about 474,000 clicks you wouldn't have received last month. Now pause for dramatic effect. In equivalent PPC dollars, all those new clicks are worth about $360,000. Simple? Yes. Powerful? Absolutely. If your clients want more detail, SpyFu Recon files list your biggest gains in terms of the specific keywords, how many clicks you gained on that keyword that month, where it links to, your current rank on the keyword, and how much that rank improved from the month prior. If they're thirsty for even more detail, you can click on the View More link and get a full spread of all your biggest gains, as well as how they've been doing over the previous 6 months. Now, before we move on, I'd like to take a moment for some personal reflection. Your clients aside, it seems that your SEO strategies are succeeding on these specific keywords. Take a moment to look inside yourself and discover what it is you're doing to rock so hard in these areas. Perhaps if you apply and optimize these methods for more of your keywords, you will be able to work more effectively towards ultimate domination of the internet. The next section shows your valuable keywords. The keywords that currently have the most estimated clicks and thus the most monetary value for your client. On top of this section, we see another clear and concise explanation of how much value you created. It also shows the keyword, where you're currently ranked on them, and how these compare to the month prior, as well as how many estimated clicks per month you've earned compared to the month prior, and how much those clicks would be worth in PPC. This is important. These are the keywords that you have already cultivated, and they are valuable. Protect and defend them. Another helpful tool is this easy-to-read graph that shows where you've been ranking on these keywords for the previous 6 months. If your client wants a more detailed spread of this, you can view it by clicking on the View More link. Finally, here is the section of newly ranked organic pages. And what's that at the tippy top of the page? You guessed it, it's exactly the straightforward value explanation you can consistently expect from Recon. This one in particular may be the keynote statement of the entire report. You could simply copy and paste this and send it to your client and let love rain down upon you. They wanted to know your value, and here it is. 10,000 pages show up in Google's search results that didn't last month. Combined, those new placements drive 1 million clicks, which would be worth about $527,000 if you paid for those same clicks in Google AdWords. Really, what more could a client ask for? But in case they do, Recon comes prepared. Here are the most valuable pages, including the keywords that are getting them hits. Here are their ranks, their total clicks per month, and the value of those clicks. Once again, your client can drill down into a more detailed spread of this if they would like. These first few pages might be all you need to convince your client of the intrinsic value you provide. But your SpyFu Recon files are just warming up. Look at you! You're almost halfway through your Recon journey. Let's take a look at your fresh skills by taking a glimpse at the new keywords that you weren't ranked on before section. This section, you may have already guessed, lists keywords that you weren't even ranked on last month. This information really highlights your SEO prowess, showing how you were able to move certain keywords from nowhere in the first 5 pages of search results into a spot where people can actually find and click on them. To your client, this is nothing short of pure alchemy. Through your magical efforts, they now appear in places they didn't even show up before. You're not just improving efficiency. No. This section clearly illustrates that you're actually expanding the reach of their empire. Let's take a look at one of these keywords. Droid. That's a versatile keyword, not to mention totally awesome. It looks like you moved it out from the top 50 to the 24th spot, gaining you 2,000 new clicks a month. Considering it's valued at 28 cents per click, that's approximately $560 in value that you are creating for your client per month on that one keyword. This also shows that this keyword has 550,000 searches per month. So as you move this keyword up in ranks, it can become highly profitable to your clients. That's just one keyword, but you might want to hit your client with the whole shebang right away. That's why right at the top of the page, SpyFu included a simple synopsis which tells your client what you've earned for them across the board. 2,000 keywords, 23,000 clicks, and an estimated $8,000 a month, which may lead to as many as 1 million clicks per month if they were in position number 1. If your client wants more detail, you can click on the View More link. Here it shows the actual word and the page that ranks. The right half of this page shows most successful sections of your site. SpyFu digs into the page itself, finding your subdomains as well as your specific paths and pages to see how valuable each of them are. These are the pages branching off your domain that are gaining you lots of clicks, and depending on how a site's URLs are structured, this may be the most important section of them all. For instance, understanding if your blog pulls in more traffic than your FAQ page is a useful discovery from this section. Regardless of the breakdown, this might be a good time to ask yourself, why are these so successful? And more importantly, how can I continue to bank on this success? In this example, the top 3 site sections, which are listed here, here, and here, draw 88% of all your organic visitors. By their powers combined, they're earning 173 clicks per month, which is up by 17,000 or nearly 11% since last month. Let's take a closer look at one of these sections. Here is the site section domain. Here are the number of keywords that are gaining its hits. And here are the value of those clicks and how they've improved since last month. Also, in true SpyFu fashion, there's an easy-to-read chart right here that shows how many clicks per month you've been gaining and how that has compared to the previous 5 months. Click on the View More link if you would like to see the top keywords that are leading people to this section. So there you have it, top sections and fresh keywords ready for cultivating, growing and building your base of SEO keywords to someday give you the most optimized campaign in SEO history. We see you over there basking in the glory of your work. You love the previous sections, the ones that finally show the world your skills in pretty little charts and swashbuckling synopses. But none of them compare to this, not even close. This is the elite section that no one else has even considered to create because it was impossible. Until now. So before you hang up your hammock and order another Mai Tai, take a few moments to understand the absolute core of Recon. Keyword groups with the biggest gains. It might not sound like much, but when used correctly, this part will give you, the SEO, a clear roadmap towards SEO success and give them, your clients, the impression that you have spent dozens of hours of research and organisation on their behalf. First things first, what is a keyword group? Well, imagine all your similar keywords coming together to form a group. And then the similar groups coming together to form a broader group of groups. And then all your similar groups of groups coming together to create, well, you get the idea. What you're left with is a beautiful hierarchy of groups that branch all the way to the individual keywords that make them up. Is the roadmap becoming clear? Take a look at the titles of these groups and how they are clustered together. These are exactly the words you need to be peppering into your content in order to improve your rankings. This is the map for you and your article writers to follow to become more successful in this domain. The report shows the highest level of your keyword groups and how it is making your client money. Wow, it looks like as a whole the keywords in this group gained 206,000 positions this last month, making you an estimated 248,000 clicks per month and gaining you an estimated 48% in traffic gain. You also ranked on over 16,000 unique pages in this group. for a client, that is a colossal statement. It forever changes how you present your SEO progress. We are no longer talking about individual keywords moving up and down in ranks. We're focusing on the whole of what you are doing well. This smooths the volatility of the algorithm. Gone are the days where you waste an entire meeting discussing why a single keyword dropped in ranks. This shows your client that while looking at the big picture, you are always making them money and you are constantly moving up and to the right. Also, through your client's eyes, it seems as though you personally spent hours upon hours meticulously grouping their keywords together by hand. Keep all of this in mind as we go even deeper into this section. Here again is the top level group, and here is where it breaks out into some of the smaller groups and the most successful individual keywords that make up those groups. Next to the keywords, you see how many positions they each gained this month. The newly ranked keywords are highlighted, clearly stating how your unique work is strengthening the base of these keyword groups. To the right, we can see how many clicks this group has been getting over the last 6 months. Click on additional details to get a full spread of each one of these groups. This section provides the same overview, as well as a tasty carrot for your client. Let's do a quick role play. Hello, client.
Hello, SEO.
You see how much money this keyword group made this month?
Why, yes, I did. It's quite impressive.
Well, look at how many more clicks I could get you next month.
Oh, wow.
By the way, this is how well your competitors are doing with those same keywords.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. This is our opportunity to grow these groups and gain more traffic to your site and to these pages. And here is my plan. Of course, half of your plan has already been laid out for you in these groups, meaning you now have a more detailed roadmap while working less client hours. Might I, anyone? Did you know that the SEO dashboard is split into 3 main parts? The first part talks about the value you provided for your client. This is meant to remind your client why SEO is valuable and essential to them. And while they're in a state of bliss, we strike like a ninja with the opportunity. The areas they could gain even more clicks and make even more money by simply using more SEO magic. And Recon doesn't ease them into this. Oh no, that would be like easing someone down the first hill of a roller coaster. We start with their biggest opportunities. Top of the page, Kapoom! You are in the top 50 positions on 71,000 keywords, and if those were in number 1, it would be an additional 6 million clicks per month. This is a big statement to swallow. It is, after all, a lot of clicks. Not to mention, this is not a guarantee of what you will gain them, but the opportunity that you're going after. So SpyFu also includes a more modest statement right under it, showing that even if you focused on the top 100 of those 71,000 search phrases, just that tiny fraction of keywords would still get an estimated 2 million clicks a month, which costs more than $2 million in PPC. Right below this statement, we detail some of those top 100 opportunities, how they're ranking, how many searches a month they get, and the PPC value of their clicks. Finally, we show the potential new clicks per month that you could be earning if they were in position number 1. The View More section adds the other keywords that are leading people to the same URL. And of course, how this keyword has been ranking for the last 6 months. The next opportunity section is keywords not ranked on, but should be. This really shouldn't require much explanation, but here it is anyways. You and your competitors often show up in the same search results. That's why they're competitors. But sometimes they are showing up and you are not. Right now, there are about 71 million searches per month where you are not contesting your competitors. Here's one of those keywords along with its searches per month. Here is the AdWords cost per click, as well as the potential clicks your client could gain a month. Finally, here is the average rank of your competitor on that keyword. This section is intended to give your client a little nudge, letting them know that the competition is making SEO efforts as well. Armed with this information, you can then decide if it makes sense to counter them on these keywords. The View More section has an interesting chart that actually lists the competitors that are ranking on these keywords and how many clicks they're gaining. To show opportunity, there are really two strategies. The one we've talked about is basically saying, look at all the traffic we could get you and how much that is worth. But another angle of attack would be to simply say, hey, here are some keywords you're buying on PPC. That's cool, that's cool. But wait, you are already ranked on these organically, meaning you don't have to wrestle your CMO for more coin for more SEO ninja skills. Just use some of the Adwords budget and we'll get you more clicks than PPC could dream of. As a final blow, show them the keyword overlap in your SEO and PPC campaign section. Here is, in a clear and visually compelling fashion, the keyword and how many clicks it's gaining over the last 14 months in SEO versus PPC. It also details your ranks and how many times the keyword is searched. The staggering news is when they see the cost per click and the estimated amount of clicks they're getting a month. When combined, this is the potential amount of money your client could save on one keyword, simply by requesting more SEO work. By this point, your client should have an inkling of the vast opportunities SEO can provide. We sure hope they're prepared for what's to come. We have talked a lot about how to use Recon files to convince an existing client to continue contracting you for more SEO magic. But for an SEO, it's difficult to conjure up value out of thin air, especially for new clients you're engaging for the first time. Convincing a new client to pay upfront for a service that has complex long-term strategies and limited immediate results can be like convincing them to swallow an enormous pill. Meaning you have to either sugarcoat it with additional, easier-to-understand services or do hours of upfront research free of charge in the hopes of making it back over time. Recon was designed to turn back that time in your favour, and that's what the keyword groups with the most potential section is for. It is the most executable part of the report, to the point where you can approach a customer you have never met and lay out a vast world of opportunity in front of them. SpyFu does this by first looking at all the keywords you and your competitors rank on, and then sifting out the ones with the most potential. On this keyword, for example, you are ranked on 111 unique pages, on a keyword group that has 105,000 searches per month. If they were in the top positions, those numbers would increase to 282,000 clicks, worth $123,000 per month. Getting to position number 1 on every one of those keywords is quite a feat. But even if you increase the ranks incrementally on this group, you could potentially gain 30,000 clicks, which are valued at approximately $9,000 per month. So even not at number 1, you are still delivering your client a ton of value. We also break this down in terms of which keyword are gaining this group clicks and where they're currently ranked. Finally, we take a look at how your clients are stacking up against your competitors. This is good information for your client to have, but the real magic happens in the additional details section. Let's take a quick journey into an opportunity-driven adventure. Imagine your client has been locked into a broom cupboard for the entirety of their SEO campaign, and they have no idea of the magical world of opportunity that exists right in front of their nose. Fortunately, you are wizened and know the many secrets of the SEO world. You show your client how they can create ultimate good for their business. Listen closely, client. Here are the words that you use to open secret passages to success. As you increase their ranks, so you will increase the rank of the group, earning you more clicks.
Are these clicks valuable?
Yes, very valuable. Not only will they earn you more traffic, but just look at what a single keyword in this group costs on average. Combine this knowledge with how often these words are searched per month. Sir, that number doesn't seem possible. You're not seeing the potential within yourself, client. Look right here how many clicks you could be gaining per month if you focused on this group. Where do all these clicks lead to? Different keywords in this group lead to certain sections of the site. If you look, some of these keywords are already optimized, but many others are not. The objective is to have all these words increase in ranks, leading more traffic to your site. How much more? This much more. What is stopping us from gaining these clicks? Well, client, there are competing forces that are also trying to rank on these clicks. Some of them are skilled in SEO magic as well. Oh, hellbeast, how do we stop them? Link juice, client. Link juice. We increase our article writing focusing on these words. We continue to build links and gain link equity, and we will prevail over the opposition. Oh wow, SEO, that is amazing! I'm ready to start. What? I'm ready to battle the forces of evil and increase the earnings of my company. Oh, well you don't actually do anything other than give me money. I will get all of this done for you. Oh, well, good work. And they all lived happily ever. Previously on SEO Dashboard. We have come a long way in our journey. We have revealed to your client the golden alchemy of SEO value and the celestial mountaintops of opportunity. But the final chapter of our story is truly where they become the hero, because it finally reveals their villain, the competition. This is the section that will compel your clients to action by revealing the strategies of their competitors. Let's first take a look at your traffic share. This is where we take your bright-eyed, unassuming client and throw them into a cage against their 5 biggest competitors to see how they stack up in terms of traffic share. Seems as though your client is already a formidable warrior, earning the majority of the traffic at 56%. But what's this? The competition is taking some of your traffic thunder. If they continue, they may start taking an even larger piece of your traffic pie, and you definitely aren't willing to share that. Your most recent month is an important benchmark, and past performance certainly illustrates which threats are making the strongest advances. See it in another perspective using the tornado graph to the right. Even with a clear lead, you can never turn your back. Your competition is actively trying to steal that market. But now you know who's taking the biggest strides to get there. Perhaps it's time to fight fire with fire. Get a bit tactical and straight up gank their keywords. This newfound strategy and confidence will help your client defeat the enemy. So it's time to move them to the next chapter of this tale. Top organic competitors and their best keywords. Ah, familiar rivals and newly discovered up-and-comers. This section gives a clear view of the density of the keywords you're sharing with your competitors and how much traffic their organic campaigns deliver. What's more, you'll discover how they have reacted to those traffic patterns with their AdWords spending. This is fun, right? Bright colours and numbers and unicorns. Well, it's not. This is your treasure map to glory with all of the monsters and their greatest weapons laid out before you. But you must choose your own adventure. Decide the best way to attack or evade. Take a look at the audiobook store. Their SEO clicks have soared in the last month, yet the keywords they share with you have dropped. How did this happen? And what can you do with it? I'm guessing you have some ideas. But since I do enjoy my role as the omnipotent disembodied voice, I will lend you some advice. Improving this dramatically in SEO only happens when doing something so dramatically right. Considering you are already an utter juggernaut in this marketplace, I would normally say that they were probably copying some of your techniques. But they're not. They're finding unique and effective keywords and gaining an unprecedented amount of clicks from them. You could speculate on why this is happening, but the simplest and most conclusive way to your answer is if you simply ran a recon report for their domain and see where their SEO campaign is gaining traction. Then, steal their ideas. Here comes the dark part, the cavernous underbelly that we haven't dared mention throughout this whole story. The AdWords budget. So often a website's AdWords budget plays seesaw against their SEO results. As organic clicks drop, PPC spending goes up. But here is a unique example. Increased SEO success and increased PPC budget, while at the same time separating themselves from your keywords. This can mean only one thing. They're charging ahead, swords drawn and guns blazing. Success with SEO creativity let them loosen their purse strings to ramp up AdWords spending. A double f***ing whammy. Will you stand by idly and let them take everything you have worked so hard for? Or will you learn from their strategy and emerge victorious once again? Of course, as the omnipotent disembodied voice, I already know. And so do you.